Well, hello everyone and welcome back. As you've already read in the title and thumbnail, we are here to do our quarter 2 of 2025 wrap up. I seriously can't even believe that we're already officially more than 6 months of the way through this wonderful year of 2025. This year has been absolutely insane. Just flat out insane. Mostly because I have been home pretty much constantly. And have been just trying to figure out what I want to do with myself and where I want to go with my life and all those really fun young adulthood things. You know what I mean? So, without further ado, let's get into this video. We're doing it pretty much the exact same way that we did the last quarter wrap up, where we're going to do it in the 3 categories: life, YouTube, and reading updates. And we're just going to chit chat through each of the topics, and that's going to be it because that's pretty much what we were going to do anyway. Let's start this thing off with our life updates. These are a little different than last times. Last times I really didn't have much to talk about. The past 3 months in my life category has been absolutely insane. We have been traveling so much. We've been doing so much. It feels like every single weekend we are just always going somewhere and doing something. And even when there are weekends where we're not planned to go anywhere, we end up going and doing something anyway because that's just what's going on. We're just here, there, and everywhere lately. Similar to the first 3 months update that I gave you guys, I have been applying to jobs like crazy. And actually, I have a very interesting and very exciting update to give you guys. I have a more formal in-person interview for a paraprofessional position. This job seems like it would give me a lot of opportunities to really explore whether or not I want to continue my education and get a degree to be an actual full-fledged licensed teacher, and I'm just so excited. I actually have that interview on Thursday of this week. I'm currently filming this video on Monday, July 7th, and hopefully, if I'm able to pull this off, this is going up July 8th, but we'll see what happens. Besides the job things, we have been traveling and going places. It feels like every single weekend at this point. The camping season has officially started. We've officially, I think, gone on 3 camping trips, if not 4. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 3, but I don't know. And it's just been a blast. We've been having so much fun. Going along with that, I kind of touched on a little bit in my quarter 1 wrap up that in the second quarter of the year, at the end of April, beginning of May, that my boyfriend and his parents and I were traveling down to Florida again just to celebrate my boyfriend's 21st birthday, which was an absolute blast. We got to do so many fun things. I am so unbelievably grateful to him and his family for allowing me to come along and celebrate his birthday with them down in Florida. We did the Drink Around the World in Epcot, which was absolutely awesome. I think my favorite place that we drank was Mexico, but I'm a tequila girl, so I just loved it because everything in there has tequila in it. And then we also went to both of the Universal parks, not Epic. We went in the beginning of May, and Epic Universe wasn't technically open to the public until the end of May. It was like May 22nd or something. We went to Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. I think that's what they're called. And I had an absolute blast, which if you guys were watching my videos a couple of months ago, back in April, I did a 2-part little series where I read the entire Harry Potter series so that when we went to Universal, I would be able to understand everything that was going on in the Harry Potter sections of the Universal parks, and I had an absolute blast. Let me insert a photo for you guys over here of me in front of the castle. I literally could cry. I was so excited. I had so much fun. I ended up buying a wand. I got Hermione's wand. I had an absolute blast. I could probably go on for the next 35 minutes just simply talking about the Universal trip, and that trip in general was just an absolute blast. I had so much fun and would definitely go again. Going along with videos that you guys did in fact get to see, we did the Mud Girl Mud Run again for the 2nd year in a row, which of course I filmed with my GoPro and my boyfriend also filmed for me, and that video is also up if you guys want to go check that out. I will leave as many links and things to wherever you need to go as I can if I remember to. But yes, we did the Mud Girl Mud Run again, and then a very interesting development that's been going on in our life lately is that my boyfriend has gotten really, really into bowling. So basically, we now go bowling twice a week. Well, technically, he goes twice a week and I go sometimes. We pretty much bowl almost every single Wednesday now, and we are looking into joining a league potentially in the fall, which would be quite interesting, I think. But yeah, that's kind of an interesting development that's happened since the last time I gave you guys like a big what's been going on in my life update. So there's that. Anyways, I think that might be everything I have to tell you guys about my like life updates, other than like the interview thing that's going on right now and like the trips and things we went on. I really have just been living life, reading, making videos, doing the normal things I've been doing for the past couple of months. So that's all I really have to say. Let's get on into the YouTube updates. This is going to probably be the most disappointing section of this video because I really did not follow through with my little goals I had for myself for this quarter. I believe at this point I've now missed 2 Fridays. I think I missed 1 Friday in the first quarter, and then I actually just missed this past Friday. It was actually July 4th. I didn't upload, but I was on vacation, so it's kind of excused, but whatever. Anyways, our goal for the next quarter originally was to get to 500 subscribers. Unfortunately, we did not do that, but we did gain, I believe it's 13. Last time I told you guys what subs we were at 255, and now we are at 268. We were at 69, but I lost one, which is totally cool. Again, the same things that I'm going to try to do is really actually start posting on either TikTok or more YouTube shorts to try and get my content out to more people. I think I'm going to be a little bit more realistic with myself this next quarter of the year and say that my goal is to hit 300 subscribers, because that's about what, 30 something more, right? 32 more subscribers, if I can do math correctly. Ooh, we need to get 32 more subscribers. So if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, you should totally subscribe. And if you like my videos and things, share it with a friend, because we're trying to get to 300 subscribers before the end of September. Anyways, other than all that stuff with the YouTube things, I am overall just very happy with the engagement I've been getting, and just in general, people enjoying my content. I do appreciate all the likes and the comments, and I try to respond to every single comment that I get, because I don't get a lot of them, and I just love to interact with people. I think it is just so much fun. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. Love you. Let's get into the juicy reading updates. This update is going to be insane, because genuinely I was not expecting to get to where I am in my reading goal for the year this early, but I have been reading like there is no tomorrow. In the month of April, I read 12 books. Out of this world. How did I even do that? I don't even know. And the total number of pages is astronomical. In just the month of April by itself, I read 4,237 pages. Girl, what? I don't even know what to do with myself. That's insane. That's actually insane. I think the biggest reason why I ended up reading so many books is because I read the entire Harry Potter series and 2 graphic novels, which are a little bit easier to get through and very fast compared to like a traditional novel. But that's out of this world. I can't even believe I've read that many pages in just the month of April. Is insane. There we go. So that's April. In May, we read 6 books. So we kind of took a little bit of a break there because 12 was insane. But 6 books in the month of May. Here are all my books and things. Got some really good reads this month. Some pretty good ones. Not too bad. And then in the month of May, the total number of pages that I read was 2,783 pages. Again, that's insane. But the fact that I basically doubled that the month before is, I can't even believe it. Following the wonderful month of May, we actually went back up to 7 books read in the month of June, and the total number of pages was 2,574. Whoa, that's actually insane. I can't even believe that I have read that many pages. And then let's get to our year so far. The total number of pages that I have read in the second quarter of 2025 is 9,594 pages. Literally, what the heck? I can't even believe that I've read almost 10,000 pages in just 3 months alone. Out of this world. absolutely insane. So when you add up our 12 books from April, our 6 books from May, and our 7 books from June into our total books read for the year of 2025 so far, that would then bring our reading goal to 48 books read out of the 70 books we need to read for our goal. Goodreads is telling me that I am 69% of the way through my reading goal and that we are 13 books ahead of schedule, which is insane. I'm pretty sure by the next time I come to do one of our little quarter updates for quarter 3, I will probably have surpassed the 70 book goal for the year, and I am ecstatic. Going along with all the reading and everything, my favorite books from the 3 months in this wrap up are April's favorite was Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. That was a 5-star read. It was in my TBR takedown video from April. I absolutely love that book. It was phenomenal. I still to this day, at least once or twice a day, think about those characters and think about quotes from that book because I just loved it that much. It is phenomenal. My favorite book from the month of May is Problematic Summer Romance, which I probably wouldn't have told you before because if you had asked me in the month of May before I read that book, if I would have expected it to have topped Great Big Beautiful Life for me, I would have said no. But after having read that book and giving it 5 stars, I will fully say that I enjoyed that book more than Great Big Beautiful Life. I loved Great Big Beautiful Life, but Problematic Summer Romance was just absolutely chef's kiss amazing. It was exactly what I wanted. It was exactly the vibes that I was yearning for at the time. I loved it. 5 stars yet again. Following into the next month, we have my favorite book from June. Now, this one is kind of split between like 3 books that I read in June, but the one I think that pulls ahead the most for me is actually going to be Summer in the City by Alex Astor. I really enjoyed this book. It was so much fun. I loved the story. I loved the banter. I loved the relationship. It was just so fun. And like, it was not a lot of brain power. I just could sit there and enjoy the book. It was phenomenal. The other 2 honorable mentions from the month of June are my other 2 4.5-star ratings that I gave in June. Every Summer After by Carly Fortune and Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. I rated all 3 of these books a 4.5 stars and had a very hard time picking the one that I felt was the front runner for me, but Summer in the City just really did it for me. So there you go. Well, those are all of my updates for quarter 2 of 2025. I literally can't believe that we are more than 6 months of the way through this year already. It does not even feel like we're this far into the year, and I'm just so excited for the next 6 months. I cannot wait to see what the rest of this year has to hold. In the next 6 months, I will turn 23, which is, I don't even know how to feel honestly about that because it's kind of insane, as well as celebrating mine and my boyfriend's 4-year anniversary in August. There is just a lot going on, and I am absolutely ecstatic about everything that is going to happen in the next 6 months of 2025, and hopefully it's a great 6 months. I feel quite satisfied with the past 3 months. I feel like quarter 2 of 2025 has so far been my favorite, even though I've only lived the 2 quarters so far. I definitely think quarter 2 is going to be hard to top for the next 2 that we have for the rest of this year, but I am just excited to continue on and see where life has to take me and see what videos I come out with and all that stuff. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe it down below. And don't forget to put on those post notifications so you get a notification the next time I post. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Toodles! What the heck, dude?